Today is an exciting day. I have my first interview. I've never interviewed anybody formally before, but I'm going to make sure that it's more like a conversation so that it's relaxed for her and I. Her name is Jacky Fontanez. She is a radio personality, dancer, actress from Puerto Rico. She's also a businesswoman. And so we're going to go ahead and have a conversation with her around 5 images that marked her career. It's going to be her first time, I believe, speaking in English in an interview as well. So hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, Jacky, thank you so much for accepting my invite. I've already told a lot of my people who are following my YouTube, or the small people, because I just started, I let them know that this is a Spanglish conversation. I'm predominantly English speaking, soy un Latino medio gringo, and I know that you're predominantly Spanish speaking. So we'll make it comfortable. You can speak in Spanish. I will translate that at the YouTube channel. But this is your first English interview?
It is. So I'm so excited. I'm like kind of nervous, but it's okay. Voy a tratar. I will try.
Bueno, bregamos.
To sabes cómo es, you know how it is.
Exactly. And so I could say I came across your page basically because in the last year I've been working a lot with artists that are directly from Puerto Rico. I have never lived in Puerto Rico, but my heritage is in Puerto Rico, also in Cuba. And so I do have family in Puerto Rico. And so sometimes I'll say,
really?
Yeah, I have family who live in Puerto Rico. So sometimes I'll say, like, I worked a lot with Julian Gil, and there was a situation where I was with Hector Mercano. You know who that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was. And so I was like, it's so importante because Julian is talking to him off the radio about, years back in the day. So I asked my family, who is, this person? And they were like, wow, eso es como, alguien grande en Puerto Rico.
Claro, de hecho, Héctor Mercano fue el primero en darme la oportunidad en televisión nacional en Puerto Rico, en Univisión Puerto Rico.
Wow. So I had no clue because, the news in Puerto Rico or the media in Puerto Rico, sometimes it doesn't get here unless you have the subscription to the Puerto Rican channel. So after I decided, man, I need to investigate a little more about who's the influential people in Puerto Rico, who are the celebrities there, the radio personalities, and you would pop up in a lot of my research. You would pop up in a lot of music stuff. And I'm like, who is this Jacky? And so I'm glad you're here today. And I want to make it more of a conversation where we're both just talking and flowing. Some of the things that came across were that you're an actress, you're a dancer, that you're a businesswoman, you have perfume, you even had a secret little business of selling chokers on the internet that nobody knew about. If you can give me 5 photos that really marked your career, the whole point of this conversation is to let anybody know if you want to work as a dancer or an actress or whatever it is that you want to get in the entertainment world, we can all accomplish that. And you have been one of those people who, at a young age, I'm 34, I think you're 33, right?
Yes.
I'm 33. We're still babies.
We're babies, I know.
We're babies.
Well, I really love all of the entertainment business. O sea, todo lo que tiene que ver con entretenimiento a mí me apasiona y desde bien pequeña comencé en esto.
So I have a picture in front of me of you with Miguelito, I believe it's called. Yeah. He's one of the youngest reggaetoneros, right? I think he was 8 years old.
Yeah. Cuando él comenzó sí tenía, bueno, yo lo conocí a sus 6 años. Cuando comenzó en la música de lleno tenía 8 años. Así que estuve con él como bailarina fija durante mucho tiempo y tuve la oportunidad de viajar a diferentes partes del mundo y pues darme a conocer como bailarina.
I asked for you to send at least 5 images that marked your career professionally, and you gave me more, which I love. And there's some of there where I'm like, wow, she got to interview this person. So Miguelito, was this like, I know you started dancing younger when you were around 8 years old and you were in ballerina and stuff like that, ballet. Yeah. How did you get to dance with Miguelito? Was there a competition or something that you were a part of?
Well, I remember I was in, I think that was, it was a competition. And his mother saw us. So ella nos fue a buscar, a hablar con nosotras, nos hizo una pequeña audición. Y de ahí entonces comenzamos a bailar primero con el hermano de Miguelito, que era gordo. Y luego, cuando Miguelito decide entrar a cantar, pues entonces ya fuimos parte de su bailarina, pero sí fue por una audición.
Okay, and how long did you do that with him?
I think that was like 5 years, I think so.
Okay, and at that time, how old were you when you started? Because you look chamaquita there too. I know he's little, but
sí, yo debía tener como 17 años.
Oh, wow. So were you in school and doing this on the weekends, or were your parents supportive of this?
Siempre mis padres me han apoyado en todo y desde que tuve los 16 años me dijeron, toma un carro porque estamos cansados de llevarte a los ensayos y tienes muchas cosas, no podemos contigo. Así que pues yo siempre he sido bien responsable con todas mis cosas y una de mis metas o sueños era ese, así que yo estaba en todos los ensayos hasta altas horas de la noche y con mi bulto de la escuela en una esquinita haciendo las asignaciones y después volví y ensayaba. Así que así fue mi juventud.
Wow. Well, that's awesome because a lot of people don't get the support from their family when it comes to stuff like this, especially like reggaeton and all that. Eso no se ve mucho.
Eso era horrible. Mire, eso era horrible. Yo no podía decir que yo bailaba con artistas de reggaetón.
Did your parents know that part?
No, mis padres sí, mi familia sí, pero por ejemplo, si estaba conociendo a un chico o algo y me iban a presentar a su familia, me decían, no digas que tú eres bailarina de reggaetón. Okay.
You had to keep that in the secret and the deal. I have another image that you gave me where you're sitting on a sofa and I kind of recognize his face and it's Ken Y. I didn't realize that you were in the video down until recently.
Yes.
And I was just watching it today and you look super young too. And him too, you can barely recognize him. How did that happen? And how old were you guys?
Oh my God, that was my first reggaeton video in my life. So I was so excited.
No perreando or nothing in the video from what I saw.
No. It's just acting.
Yeah.
So I was so in love with him in the video and he was so sad because...
Was he a big star already when this video happened? I remember the song when I was in high school. I was about 17 when that song came out.
Bueno, ese fue su primer éxito mundial de Jacky Fontanez.
So todavía no estaba ahí.
No, ese fue el boom de ellos, literal. Ese video, I remember when I was dancing with Miguelito in Ecuador, and when I entered to the TV channel, the persons told me that, oh, are you the model of the video Jacky Fontanez down? Y yo, oh my God, I'm here in Ecuador. O sea, y aquí me están reconociendo. Así que sí, fue una buena oportunidad. Yo tenía ahí 18 años cuando hice ese video.
Your parents let you go to Ecuador? Did they go with you or did they have like a chaperone?
No. O sea, yo fui sola a bailar con... Claro, ellos firmaron como que unos documentos y todo, pero... O sea, el video como tal se filmó en Puerto Rico, pero estaba en Ecuador bailando con Miguelito.
Sí, pero cuando tú fuiste con Miguelito, ¿tus padres
sí,
fueron?
Claro. No, ya yo tenía 18 años para eso.
Okay. But you're Puerto Rican parents, it don't matter if you're like 25, they still think that you're a baby. A mí me regalan los tatuajes todavía. Yeah, I pay my own bills, married, everything. And my brother, para yo tener un tatuaje como yo sé un drogadicto. So, ¿qué se va a hacer?
Oh my God, todavía. Uno siempre es el baby, forever.
Exactly. But that was cool that they gave you that freedom to travel, even overseas at a young age. Man, going to another country and performing, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they really trust in me. Sorry.
Oh, they really had trust in you? Yeah. So how was it with the girls that were dancing with you? How many of you guys were there with Miguelito?
We was 4. Éramos 4.
And there was always you same 4?
Por un tiempo.
How was the dynamic of young girls together dancing? Were you guys really close? Were you guys just working?
Yeah, we would spend like a really fun moments, and I think that La mamá de Miguelito nos cuidaba demasiado como si nosotras tuviéramos 8 años también. No nos dejaban salir del hotel. En esa parte era como que, wow, nosotras somos mayores de edad y no nos están dejando salir. Y habían otros artistas en el mismo lugar como Don Omar, Daddy Yankee, Tito el Bambino y todas las bailarinas, todas teníamos más o menos la misma edad. Y todas jangueando, o sea, y nosotras encerradas en el cuarto porque no nos dejaban salir.
Wow, yeah, because I imagine. So how was it being that age? I know we were talking about Ken White, but I want to talk about like being that age and people start to recognize you. People are asking you, are you the girl from that music video? You're with bigger celebrities on the same stage. How did you handle maybe being starstruck sometimes, or people even wanting pictures with you, or, you know, sometimes people are weird and you were so young. How did you handle that?
I really like that. I think that I born for that. Desde bien pequeña, a mí siempre me ha gustado todo eso, como que la gente pues reconozca la labor que yo hago en diferentes áreas. Desde que estaba en mi escuela, yo estaba en las cheerleaders, siempre estaba bailando, siempre era como que, hey, I'm here.
Popular girl in high school?
Well, when I entered to 10th grade, I became popular because I been the captain of the cheerleaders in my school, so that's why.
So you were never shy?
Well, I think that in sometimes I came shy.
Really? When you were younger or still now?
Younger. En algunas ocasiones puede que sea tímida.
That makes you shy?
Cuando estoy conociendo a alguien.
And is that the only time?
Well, I think so.
Okay.
Porque todo lo demás yo soy bien. I'm here.
Yeah, that's good. Nothing wrong with that. And I think this image is, I know it's from a pasarela. I think that's what you say, right?
Yeah.
Is that Miss Petite competition?
Yeah. Sí, ahí participé de Miss Puerto Rico Petit en el 2006 y en el 2010. Entonces entré a las 10 semifinalistas y eso fue, o sea, una gran oportunidad para mí, para pues darme a conocer en los medios y desenvolverme, o sea, desarrollarme, saber lo que me esperaba cuando fuera figura pública en algún momento, que era lo que yo quería.
I know there's a lot of pressure when it comes to pageants, because I've worked with women who've been a part of pageants, and you see it now, like even with Miss Universe stuff, and you know, you see Lisa Machado, all the stuff she went in with Trump and all that. Like for you, did you go through things where like people are like attacking your image, or if you answer a question a certain way, that, you know, talk about your education, did you go? I don't know. I've heard a little bit of what you shared in other interviews.
Bueno, a veces es complicado, es bien difícil, y cuando tú estás en estos certámenes de belleza, tú tienes que prepararte en todos los temas, educarte, porque siempre la parte más complicada de los certámenes es la hora de las preguntas. Y uno, como tiene tanta presión y estás tan nerviosa, contestar lo que se supone, la contestación idónea, pues es complicado.
Yeah. And did you have somebody prepare you for that, or does the certamen send people to like coach you?
Yeah, I have a lot of persons that work with me. Estuvimos muchos meses preparándome en todos los temas, en política.
Wow, yeah,
sí, entonces uno es una niña que en ese momento uno no está pensando en nada de eso, y entonces, right. Dios mío, tengo que leer de esto, pero sí.
What place did you come out in pageant?
Solamente llegué al grupo de las 10 semifinalistas, o sea que no pasé de ahí, pero
10 is still good.
Bueno, pero yo quería, lo que pasa es que yo quería ganar, por eso que digo yo, pues llegué ahí. Yo creo que todo el mundo quiere ganar, pero hoy día yo doy gracias de no haber ganado, porque muchas veces pasa que cuando tú compites, te quedas como que con ese título de por vida, y yo no quería quedarme marcada como que, sí, ella fue la reina de tal cosa. Yeah. Así que yo he logrado salir adelante sin necesariamente tener un título.
You got the good out of it.
Sí. I'm good. I'm really good in networking.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm a pro at it. Yeah. The picture is beautiful. I love these pictures you sent me because I feel like they're private, they're raw. Like, you know, they're not very fixed up, like, you know, and because they're older too. They're not like all fixed up like how we have our great lighting and everything nowadays. The teenagers from now, when they grow up, all their photos are gonna be amazing with light and Photoshop and all that good stuff. We were just like,
I know.
Photos. So I do see you have some salsa legends here. Well, you have one salsa legend in this photo. Tell me about that.
Oh, Rubén Blades. Rubén Blades, esa fue una entrevista que yo creo que realicé en el 2011 y fue una de las entrevistas que más me ha marcado. ¿Por qué? Porque antes de entrevistarlo me dijeron, mira, él es bien serio y él se molesta y él no te va a dar más de 3 minutos de entrevista. Así que tú prepárate, él te va a cortar. Si no le gusta algo, te va a cortar. Sin embargo, yo estuve como 20 minutos con él hablando de todos los temas habidos y por haber. Y para mí, cuando terminó la entrevista, él no quería ni terminarla. O sea, la relacionista era la que estaba diciendo, corta, y él, no, pero espérate. Y me agradeció por la entrevista y él estaba sorprendido conmigo por cómo yo le había hecho la entrevista. Así que yo había hecho un research inmenso de todas las entrevistas que él había hecho por diferentes partes del mundo. No solamente le hablé del disco, porque a mí, cuando voy a hacer una entrevista, que tengo el tiempo, pues me gusta abundar e ir un poquito más allá. Y tú sabes que Rubén Blades siempre ha tenido muchos ideales políticos. Y pues quise indagar un poco sobre eso, le encantó. Y yo estaba más que honrada de haber tenido la oportunidad de tener a Rubén Blades al lado y estar ahí casi 20 minutos conversando con él más allá de música.
My family, we listen to salsa and hip hop because I grew up in Connecticut and it's close to New York. My dad is a big salsero. Like my first concert was a tribute to the Beatles, and it was with Celia Cruz, La India, Tito Puente, Tito Nieve. That was like my first concert. I get chills remembering it. Like, I remember I was just like,
the real concert.
Yeah, that's like a real concert. And Radio City Music Hall, which is like one of the best places to see a concert.
Yeah, I know.
So my family, I grew up and I have seen him in concert as well. So I was like, oh, well, she knows the good music. What do you think it takes? Because I like what you're saying there. And I know some people who'll be listening to us, they want to be able to interview people like him. I have been on set as a photographer and I have heard those same conversations. I've been in rooms where like Will Smith's about to walk in, Ben Affleck's about to walk in, and their PR people are nasty, and they're like saying, "Hey, you only have 5 minutes. Don't ask about this. Ask this." They tell you what to talk about, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I have seen people, incluso I've talked to some people on in Univision and Telemundo, and whenever I have a chance to ask a question, they just for me to grow. I remember I asked Rachel that she was in Telemundo. And I said, Rachel, who are one of the like biggest people that you've interviewed that have marked you, or that you felt like you did something that atreviste, you did something out of your comfort zone? And she's like, well, Michelle Obama. I interviewed her, and they'd say, don't make her dance, don't make her do this, don't make her do that. And she's like, I'm gonna make her dance. And she said, hey, Michelle, you want to dance with me or something? Y no salía la música. And she goes, sure, girl, let's dance. And she stands up with her, y no salía la música. And so she was like, I'm so sorry, Latins would like to dance. She's like, no, I'll wait for the music, let's do it. And they came out dancing. And it was like the producers were really happy with her. And it was just like, it ended up being a good thing for you. But this lady is like, she's older than us. She's more seasoned. She's beautiful, and all that. But you here look like you're still barely 20 years old.
Yeah.
So how did you get the bravery to kind of like not disregard what you've been told, but kind of be atrevida to talk about politics and stuff like that?
Mira, yo creo que siempre he querido hacer buenas entrevistas y siempre la preparación ha sido clave. Y preguntar cosas con respeto y no irme a lo personal. I really don't like to ask personal stuff. Because I know that so many of that stuff are sensitive. Y entonces desde ahí ya el artista se desfigura.
And they mark you, no matter if you're going to go to another channel, they remember.
Sí, entonces después no puedes hacerle más entrevistas. Yo siempre trato de hacerlo con respeto y quería pues, no todo el mundo tiene la oportunidad de entrevistar a Rubén Blades en ese caso. Así que pues me fui con respeto poco a poco, llevando la conversación hasta ahí y él fluyó.
That's cool. And were you like, when you were asking the questions or when you were going a little bit more, because I've also seen people be like, in the back, and the reporter keeps talking.
Oh, I hate that. I really hate that. Yo lo ignoraba porque yo más o menos veía cómo se sentía el artista. Si veía que el artista tenía prisa, pues entonces sí cortaba, pero si no, doesn't matter.
Right, because they're the ones in charge of what's happening really when it's in the interview. That's a good tip, because I know people ask, and I know when people are just starting, especially if their personality is not so aggressive, I know that they tend to feel bad and like, okay, I'll take up only, whatever. But if you're flowing with the person, it's organic. You might as well go for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was cool. Ese detalle me gustó. I see you here with Brave, and I know you have, like I said, you're a businesswoman. You have Brave. I think you have also Stages of Love.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. These are perfumes and cologne.
Yeah, el Brave, it was my first perfume. Yo hice este perfume con ese nombre precisamente porque quería llevarle un mensaje a las mujeres de que fueran valientes y lucharan por sus sueños. Y luego se me da la oportunidad de hacer 4 perfumes, 2 para damas y 2 para caballeros, que se llaman Stages of Love. Y yo dije, ¿qué tal si entonces le ponemos cada etapa del amor de nombre a cada perfume y que pues la gente se identifique? Y eso fue lo que hice con Stages of Love, que hice Love y Passion para damas y Trust y Attraction para caballeros.
Why Trust and Attraction para los caballeros?
Trust, confianza. A ver si poniéndose un poquito de perfume.
So you can trust them better?
Yeah.
There's like a love potion then.
Something like that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, entonces Attraction, pues yo creo que el hombre también, primero es más por la vista, se deja llevar y luego conoce a la mujer y pues ahí es que se enamora. Por eso es que le puse Attraction para el de caballero y Love y Passion porque nosotras pues somos más sentimentales, más apasionadas y pues decidí colocarle ese a las chicas.
I remember working in retail, the comments that we used to make were like, with the Brazilians, a lot of Brazilians come to Florida, and we used to say, las mujeres de Brazil siempre están regia, like their nails, their hair, their lashes, everything.
Everything.
Los novios están a little panzu, like a
trashy.
Little overweight. They don't take care of themselves, and we're like, man, it's like, even maybe Latin culture, sometimes you see it, you're like, the guy looks kind of, he doesn't take care of himself as much, and the woman is like all done head to toe. So I get what you're saying. Women are more by the heart, most of them.
More emotional.
And so how long, so was this your first like big business venture for your career?
Yes, it's my first one.
I know that you wanted to do something different because I did hear you say that you didn't want to do what everybody else was doing, or you wanted to kind of separate yourself as far as a public figure having a brand. When it came to the brand, how did you trust the people that you were going to work with? Because I also want to talk about that, about working with people that you trust. Because one thing that I've noticed, I've been working, in this business, I've been working for a year with celebrities. One of the biggest things that I've seen is that there's a wall when you meet a celebrity and they're first trying to find out, este fanático, farandulero, what does he want from me? You go, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he trying to make this go viral? So I tell my friends, like, whenever you're working with a celebrity, tu teléfono en tu bolsillo. Don't text your girl. Because you're going to make them feel nervous. And like, he's trying to get a bad angle of me. And really respect people's image. What they want to portray, know about their image, study their image. What's their face, how they like to show their face. Especially when it comes to photography. How did you get a team to come together to tell you, mira, Jacky, this doesn't smell good, or I like it, or does your man like it? Like, or people even, I don't know if you had a photographers or videos for this. I don't know if you did a campaign and you were in control of it, or maybe the people that were helping you with the perfume, did they bring people alongside you?
I can choose everything what I want. En esta ocasión, lo que fue el perfume, la compañía, la fábrica me contacta. Entonces nos sentamos, yo elegí el concepto, el diseño de la botella, todo, los olores. Sí, entre la gente de la fábrica y yo pues estábamos probando los olores, luego se hicieron como unas pruebas, se les dio a gente random y entonces pues la gente decía, ok, me gusta más este, me gusta el otro y finalmente pues sacamos el que más a la gente le gustó. En términos de fotógrafo, pues sí me dieron varias opciones y vi los trabajos y elegí, ok, quiero este fotógrafo, me gusta su fotografía. Así que por esa parte sí hemos trabajado en equipo, ¿sabes? La última palabra en ese sentido la tengo yo.
It was your thing. You were just getting the people to make the product. Okay, that's cool. Excelente. Tengo que comprarme uno and smell it.
Sí, you will love it.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta support Boricua, so I'm all about that. Let's support. So I know you have another picture here of a legend who I just, like I shared earlier, I've been learning more about people who are active in television, radio, and personalities of Puerto Rico. I've actually ran into him in Miami, knowing, I think that he's called El Gangster, right? The photo that
El Gangster, yeah. Sí.
And every time I talk to somebody in Puerto Rico, they mention El Gangster. Oh, empecé con él haciendo esto. Like, he seems to be like a pioneer or like a Don Francisco of Puerto Rico.
Sí.
So tell me, what was this like? How did it happen?
Wow, esto de verdad, la oportunidad con el Gangster fue algo que yo diría que soñé hasta desde niña. El programa que más duración estuvo al aire en Puerto Rico fue precisamente No Te Duermas, animado por el Gangster, estuvo 19 años. Y pues yo crecí viendo este programa y siempre, desde que me empezó a gustar la televisión, yo me veía animando ese programa, pero era menor de edad. O sea, nunca tuve la edad para poder ser parte de él. Hasta que pasan los años y un día me escribieron por Facebook el productor, el que era productor de No Te Duermas, y me dice, mira, tenemos un casting para un nuevo proyecto del Gangster. Y es como que escoger los mejores programas de todo lo que hizo el Gangster en su carrera, y la presentadora pues va a estar ahí como que hablando de esos programas y se van a poner pedacitos. Y yo dije, ¿cómo es? Pues yo fui a hacer la audición. Sí, entonces yo estaba ahí súper emocionada porque decía, Dios mío, que me escojan. Ay, voy a trabajar con el Gangster. Para mí eso era un sueño hecho realidad. Pasaron los meses y yo, mira, ¿qué pasó con el programa? ¿Qué pasó? Hasta que finalmente se da, me escogen. Y ahí empecé a hacer ese programa que se llamó La Bóveda del Gangster. Esa foto que tú ves ahí fue la conferencia de prensa con el famoso mueble del labio rojo, donde él recibía a todos sus invitados y le gritaba y decía, ¡fuá! Así que de ahí surge, más adelante me empiezan a hacer entrevistas, y en las entrevistas me preguntaban, ¿qué es lo próximo que quiere hacer Jacky Fontanez en ese momento? Y yo, quiero hacer radio, porque yo decía, ay, el Gangster va a leer esto y va a saber que yo quiero hacer radio. Y tanto estuve ahí hasta que un día el Gangster me llama y me dice, ¿qué tú tienes que hacer los miércoles a las 5:30 de la mañana? Y yo, bueno, dormir. Pues ven con nosotros para que estés en el programa en un segmento. Y yo, ¿qué? O sea, yo estaba de que se me dio, y así es que entró a la radio también.
Well, see, that's the law of attraction too. When you put it out there and you're not, it's better for people to ask. Sometimes you got to go and push the door open, but sometimes it's better for people to just ask you and want you to be a part of it. And that makes you feel good. You're like, you're doing something good if he's asking you to be a part of it. How long did you work with him or with that program?
2012 to, I think that 2015, I think so.
Were you doing other stuff at the same time, or were you just focusing on this?
No, estaba trabajando también en otro programa de televisión en Puerto Rico, que es Make the Crazy, que es un infomercial. Después empecé a trabajar otro infomercial con un doctor, el doctor Soler. Estuve trabajando en promociones hasta que finalmente se me da la oportunidad de trabajar en SBS Puerto Rico, pero ya en un programa yo como host en Z93 y luego ahora en la 94.
And I see that. And speaking of that, I have a photo of you here with your poster, and I do see you. It seems like you work late, though. What is your work schedule at the radio station?
Okay. Bueno, ahí de 2 de la tarde a 6 de la tarde, por lo menos. Lo que es ahora en la 94. Antes era desde las 5 de la mañana hasta las 10 de la mañana.
I'm not a morning person, and I've done it. Like, sometimes I do BTS on TV shows, and I have to be there at 6 in the morning. You have to, at least me, I have to beat myself up with coffee and kind of just play it out. So that's hard work. So what is the difference for you being on radio than being in front of the camera? What do you enjoy more? Or I know sometimes you can enjoy both, but what is the difference? Do you have to project yourself more on the radio so people can feel you?
Well, I think that I love more radio. Porque en radio puedo ser más yo sin tener que cohibirme. En televisión uno tiene que ser más estructurado, ¿sabes? Más concreto. Yeah,
Okay. Have you interviewed people in politics?
Yes. Yeah, I remember that my first interview in Z93 was for the Alejandro García Padilla, in that moment the governor of Puerto Rico.
And so was that like something, were you intimidated by interviewing the governor?
Well, and in the first time, I think that, yes.
Big like that. Because I also, you say you don't like asking questions that make people feel like, and when you're interviewing a politician, there has to be something, algo que tú tienes que preguntar que no le van a gustar la pregunta.
Sí, que no le va a gustar, es horrible, es complicado.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I when you sent me the pictures that you wanted to talk about, I looked at all of them. I'm like, oh, these are cool. But then you have a picture of my girlfriend here, Jennifer Lopez. Oh my God, like gorgeous. You both look gorgeous. The picture is amazing, and I love the one where she's just sitting down and you're talking to her. Her face looks so strong. I've gotten to photograph her because I was working at an event that she was performing at. And she looked at me and smiled, and I was like, like everybody's like, Puerto Ricans love her because, man, she's like, we have Ricky Martin, we have great people who've already, put us out on the map, but like J-Lo is like an A-list celebrity. Everybody loves her, they want to be here, whatever. And so, how was it to first of all, who told you that you were going to interview J-Lo? How did it happen? Who were you working for? Se nota que es brava. Se nota que no se puede.
Sí, que tiene carácter. Bueno, primero, it was a dream come true. O sea, para el 2012 en Puerto Rico, yo estaba en el concierto de Marc Anthony y ella estuvo de invitada. Entonces, yo quería sacarme una foto con ella. Pero la taquilla costaba $500. $500. So I was like, oh my God. O sea, yo entrevisto artistas todos los días y de repente pagar $500 por tirarme una foto con Jennifer Lopez. Yo dije, no. Yo sé que algún día, no sé cómo ni cuándo, esto fue en el 2012, la voy a entrevistar. 2018, yo estaba trabajando en SBS Puerto Rico, en Mega TV, para Paparazzi TV. Y un día recibo la llamada de Bianca Alarcón, quien es la hija del dueño de Raúl Alarcón, de SBS Puerto Rico y SBS Entertainment, todo. Y me dicen, mira, nos aprobaron una entrevista con Jennifer Lopez en el Calibash en Los Ángeles. Y yo, qué cool. Sí, queremos que seas tú la que vayas a entrevistarle. Y yo, ¿qué? Ay, por favor. You're kidding me, no. Sí, es verdad. Ok, y yo, ok, ¿cuándo es esto? No, esto ya es para irte mañana. Y yo, ¿qué? Y yo, pues dale, ok, pero todas estas, yo decía, ay, ¿qué va a hacer? De seguro llego y me cancelan la entrevista. Yo no lo creí hasta que yo veo a Jennifer López entrar al set que habíamos preparado. Y yo dije, yo soy, o sea, I'm a big fan of Jennifer Lopez. Pero yo decía, ok, tienes que separar la fan de la profesional, de la periodista, tú no te puedes emocionar. Right. Y yo tranquila, y yo dije, ok, pues yo voy a hacer esta entrevista, y yo decía, wow, no tengo nadie ni que me tire fotos ni nada, y eso fue como que yo, Dios mío, nadie me va a creer esto, porque entonces en la entrevista, el único medio que aprobaron para entrevistar a Jennifer López fue el medio para el que yo trabajaba, y esa entrevista iba a ser utilizada para todos los medios que estaban allí en el Calibash. Wow. O sea, la verdadera presión.
Wow.
Yo no podía salir en cámara porque pues no se podía. Era solamente Jennifer López y yo detrás haciéndole las preguntas.
Yeah.
Cuando termina la entrevista, yo le dije, ok, yo no puedo más. Y yo dije, pues ya terminé el trabajo, can I take a picture with you? Y ella se cambió su semblante a de que, sure. Ella cogió mi celular, sacó la selfie que estás viendo y luego me dio un beso y un abrazo así de que yo decía, I can't believe this. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. O sea, yo no lo podía creer.
Me either. I'm like looking at the picture. I'm like, oh, I like seeing iPhone pictures like that with somebody that you really enjoy. And And you know what it is like in those and it's funny because people have asked me the same thing. You know, like you have to separate being a fan. Of course, you're going to be excited, but you want to do a good job. You know, and so there's been moments where people have asked me, "Oh, and you didn't take a selfie or whatever." I'm like, sometimes there's a moment for it. Like you did your work, then you ask. Pero uno se asusta porque imagínate que te digan, no, thank you. Or,
no, horrible. Y yo no soy de pedir fotos a artistas, pero Jennifer López, esa es como mi ídolo. Yo decía, la única persona, artista que debe pedir fotos a ella. Más nadie, ya yo puedo morir en paz.
No, you gotta take another picture because it'll happen again. Even.
Yes.
But did you have 30 minutes with her?
Or? No. It was like I think it was 10 minutes or something. It was really short.
And so, how do you prepare yourself? Okay, so like let's say this interview with her, because this is good information for creatives, right? Because my dream is to work one day with Mark Anthony, and I know que se va a dar. One of the people that I grew up like having a crush on is Thalia. Before J-Lo, it was Thalia for me. And I actually got to meet her. They surprised me on TV. I met her. Where it was crazy because English is my first language. It was all Spanish TV. And the whole purpose was like, the photographer liked you since he was young, but he also wants to take a picture of you and have her on my vision board. She's a diva. You can't just take a regular picture of her. She even told me where to stay. She's like, aquí porque la luz or whatever. I didn't have a chance like you to prepare myself mentally for meeting this person. So how did you prepare yourself mentally? Like, do you do a prayer? Do you like take deep breaths? Do you like whatever it is that you do? Or something like that. How did you prepare yourself?
Bueno, la noche antes yo no pude dormir, nada. Ya estaba, de verdad que fue complicado, pero sí, respirando profundo. Recuerdo que para ese tiempo se había ido viral una entrevista de una reportera americana que le hizo a Ricky Martin. Y ella se había bien emocionado en medio de la entrevista porque she was a big fan of him. So yo dije, a mí no me puede pasar eso. Que esa... No. So yo ya tenía eso en mi mente, so yo creo que me preparé por eso.
Because they do lose respect for you in a way because they're like, ahora no puedo hablar normal. Because they get it all the time. They get it all the time. This is time for so I'm jealous of your selfie because I didn't get to take one with her. So I hope one day I will ask her to, even if she says no me lo trago, pero lo voy a preguntar también.
Claro.
So I want to wrap up the conversation. I have the last image I want to go over is a photographer. I know he's a photographer because I've seen his work, and it's a picture that you have with him backstage, I think somewhere. Why is this photo important to you?
Pues mira, Oscar Mena es el fotógrafo que estás viendo ahí y fue la primera persona que me ayudó a crear mis demos para llevarlos a los canales de televisión y junto con él, lo que pasa es que él siempre ha sido fotógrafo y videógrafo y yo lo conozco cuando yo bailaba con Miguelito, que él me tiraba fotos y me las enviaba a MySpace. Entonces, como yo veía que él entraba a los conciertos, yo lo contacté y le dije, mira, ya que tú puedes entrar, ¿tú crees que yo pueda ir contigo a los conciertos y entrevistar a los artistas que tú le tomas fotos para preparar un demo y enviarlo a los canales? Y él, claro que sí. Entonces empezamos a trabajar esta página que se llamaba tuartistafavorito.com, que fue la primera página de internet en Puerto Rico en ser acreditada para cubrir conciertos. O sea, nosotros, sí, por eso es tan importante Oscar Mena dentro de mi carrera, porque de ahí pues la gente me empezó a ver en las conferencias de prensa, de ahí fue que me llamaban para hacer programas de televisión y hacer otras cosas. Eso fue bien importante en mi carrera.
What I like about that is the relationship that you're sharing and how you guys help each other. I tell a lot of people in the industry, a lot of photographers, it's important to do something that's going to benefit you and not only the other person. Like you both are growing in this. And it seems like it was good for both of you guys. He's getting more exposure. You're getting more exposure. I like the hustler that you have in you. And I really believe that in this industry, as a creative, there's a lot of people who dream, but not a lot of people are willing to be atrevida, to try to have a perfume, to dance with whoever, to be in a music video. Like, there's something that you have to have in you to be in this business. I definitely see it in you. And I want to know from here, one, what is a dream that you had, like a vision that you have for yourself that is like your goal that you're working towards? Because I feel like you have one because you seem very determined and organized with your career. Also, what advice would you give to any person who wants to either be a photographer to work with Jacky, or a photographer or videographer who wants to work with somebody of your caliber or be in the industry, or somebody who wants to be on TV like you with legends that you've been with? Tell me a little bit about those two. So the first thing I want to know is,
Metas.
Your goal.
Pues mira, siempre he querido trabajar fuera de Puerto Rico, poder expandir mi carrera a nivel internacional. Es una de las cosas que más quisiera, trabajar tal vez en un programa tipo como lo es Despierta América, como lo es Un Nuevo Día. Siempre me ha encantado poder trabajar en eso.
Bueno, están escuchando.
Eso. Aparte de eso, que vendría siendo televisión, a mí me encanta hacer radio en Puerto Rico, así que también me gustaría tal vez experimentar radio fuera de Puerto Rico. Estuve también trabajando con Enclave, con la tribu de Abrante y Farina en una canción que fue una colaboración que tuve. Siempre me ha gustado cantar, no es algo que he hecho a nivel profesional, pero sí me gustaría experimentarlo. ¿Sabes? Porque me apasiona estar en una tarima. Todo.
¿Cantar qué tipo de música? ¿Urbana?
Mira, quién sabe, por ahí puede ir la cosa. Pero sí me gustaría en algún momento cantar. Yo creo que esas son como que mis metas ahora mismo. Y en términos de consejo, estamos en unos tiempos donde ahora tenemos tanto acceso a lo que son las redes sociales, a poder crear contenido, a no necesariamente tener que llegar a un medio masivo, porque ya ahora con YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you can do it all. So, es cuestión de tú crear un buen contenido, encontrar un nicho y que la gente te identifique. Y en términos de las personas que quisiera, o sea, fotógrafos o videógrafos que quisieran trabajar conmigo, o yo con ellos, porque a mí realmente me fascina, eso es un arte. Yo siempre busco que obviamente su fotografía o su video se vayan como que a otro nivel, que se vean una tipo película. Y cada cual tiene su estilo. Aquí en Puerto Rico hay mucho talento también y he trabajado con varios fotógrafos jóvenes que cada cual tiene su línea y me encanta porque siempre es un producto diferente. Yeah. Así que eso es lo que te diría. Siempre no imitar a nadie, sino crear tu propio estilo.
Un consejo, estoy de acuerdo contigo. I share a lot of that with my team, with my friends and my peers. I think hearing it from somebody who would probably most likely be the other person in front of the lens is another affirmation. I love the conversation that we had. Thank you so much for allowing me to you in English and give me that Spanglish. So I appreciate that. I really see you, and I told you before, I do see you crossing over into a bigger arena. You definitely have the personality, the charisma. And I think you have a strong backbone for what it takes to be on these big networks. And so, pero todo en el tiempo de Dios, and God's guiding your career as you've been young. And you can tell, like, and I've seen it in my career as well, like, whatever you speak, it comes to pass. And I think if you have your vision plain, even a vision board, which I'm really big on vision boards, you can accomplish all of that.
Thank you a lot for your time. I really love this interview. I enjoy it. So I just trying to speak in English and Spanish, you know.
Pero estoy practicándolo. Very good looking English. Y tenemos que hacer una sesión. Si yo en Puerto Rico, if me in Puerto Rico, or you in Orlando, or for Miami.
Exacto. Claro que sí, eso hay que planificarlo.
Ok, pues gracias.
Gracias a ti. Chao.
So again, thank you so much, Jacky, for going ahead and talking with me today and sharing a little bit about your career and the things that marked your career. For all the creatives out there, no matter where you live in the world, no matter what your background is, as Jacky and as myself, you can see that if you dream and if you set your goals, you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. It's important to have a community or pillars behind you who also encourage you and support you. But if you don't have that, Believe me, you can do it and you can accomplish it as long as you're determined and you work very hard. As you can see, she's done a little bit of everything, and sometimes doing a little bit of everything helps you to find out what it is that you want to do, or those things lead to other passions that may have something to do with what your purpose is and the career that you want to enter. Follow Jacky on social media. We're going to put her information here so that you can keep up with her career and follow her endeavors. Don't forget to subscribe and watch this next video. Only if it's me. If it's somebody else, don't watch it.